It's been said that cooking is love made visible, and that is something that Millie Peartree knows a lot about. The Bronx chef first launched a successful business and is now using her talents to make a difference.
The first time I cracked the egg, I was about 7 years old. As I grew older, I wanted to go to culinary school. My mother was like, oh no, I'm not paying for something you already know how to do. So I did go to college. I got a bachelor's degree in sociology, but prior to her death, I moved back home. I inherited my family, my 4 brothers and sisters. What she said to me prior to her passing was, you know what, I know that you're gonna do good because these kids will always be fed.
You went from caring for your family to then opening a restaurant. But what happened on November 22nd in 2019?
I remember I was on the phone with Con Edison because I had a billing error or something like that, and then I saw the truck pull up and I was like, well, I'm current on my bill, so they're not coming to shut me off, but it was an emergency services truck. And about 4 or 5 hours into it, they tried their best, but they're like, we're gonna have to shut you off. And then from that moment, I knew my business was gonna be over. You cried out that day, you're a little sad that you lose your business, but for the most part, you just gotta pick yourself up the next day and you gotta keep pushing.
And you did, so you went from being a restaurant owner to then launching a catering business.
Well, it was kind of intertwined at that time, but I went back into the activation, Millie was popping up.
And then this thing called the pandemic hit, which pretty much decimated the hospitality industry. You said, you know what, right now I'm gonna focus my talent on giving back to my community. And that's why we're here to talk about Full Heart, Full Bellies. Tell me more about your passion project.
So when the pandemic hit, I kept seeing these long lines. And I asked a friend, I was like, well, what are these lines for? I thought it was COVID testing. And he was like, no, he's like, that's pantry. And it broke my heart. So I said to myself, I was like, oh no, I gotta do something. At that point in time, DOE was on hold. We never knew if the children were gonna go back to school. And I said, you know what, we have to make sure children have something to eat during the summer months.
I know you were born in Harlem, but you were raised in the Bronx, and you've decided to focus your efforts in that borough.
Number 1, I grew up there. Number 2, I had my business there, and why not give back to the people that have supported you over the years? The Bronx is the poorest borough in all of the 5 boroughs of New York City, and the Mott Haven section is the poorest community in all of the 5 boroughs. So we wanted to make sure that we were the most impactful within our community and make sure we serviced the people that needed it the most.
You guys start really early in the morning, but those people, they're not being paid to be here. They're here out of the kindness of their hearts.
So you have a full culinary staff here. They're packaging up meals, they're cooking, they're lending their expertise, and they're just here to help, and that's what we're all here to do.
Well, I am here today, and I would love to help out, so can you put me to work, Chef Millie?
Absolutely, we can totally put you to work. So today what we prepared was more of a Southern style meal. It was a Creole style rice with a Cajun chicken with a nice butter sauce and some Southern fried corn. So let's go over there and let's start plating up.
Millie, you're doing such incredible things. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Let's back this up.
Yeah,
and
let's get it
deliver some
going.
meals.
Let's deliver some meals.